What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm spikevegeta. I'm joined today by the chat. We're doing this one live here on the stream. You guys can come follow us over at twitch.tv/spikevegeta for almost every day. We do streams of all sorts of speed runs, randomizers, challenge runs, casual playthroughs, and lots of other stuff. Today we are finishing episode 3 of the Speedrun Watchback series I've been uploading, where we take about an hour a day and we just look back on our PBs and we give y'all a lot of behind the scenes commentary of how the runs work, what all goes into the routing process for these games, and just what I think of my PB that I have worked for. Usually these are going to be runs that I put a good amount of time into to get these times. And again, today is the final episode of the Super Mario Odyssey Darker Side run that we've been reviewing here in these first couple episodes. We left off in the last episode. We are about halfway through the post-game section of the run. I guess a little under halfway. Got about an hour left of the run, an hour and 6 minutes and 6 seconds. So 6 is, oh God, numbers. Oh, that's not good. There's not about that. It's fine. But let's go ahead and hop in. Again, we're going to be reviewing each of the kingdoms, each of the splits as we go along, and then giving you a score out of 5 about how much I liked my performance there. So with that, let's go ahead and get also the music started over here. I got to start that sooner. And let's watch it. Jumping into Sand 2. Let's go. First thing we get out of the warp painting, going from the end of Wooded 2 back there over to pick up this next Moon and Sand Kingdom, and then we're going to drop down, have some good vectoring as we fall down, again, falling at a diagonal to the camera so I can go an extra distance and just fall down from there a lot faster, going straight to that ground pound moon. That ground pound moon, it's impossible. If I'm doing the any percent direction, I have a good visual cue. From Darker Side, I always miss it the first time for whatever reason. But getting the moon rock, which once again here in the post game will spawn a bunch of extra moons in each of the kingdoms as we go through them. You only have access to those if you've brought peace to that given kingdom, so completed the story. Good strat there on the bunny, and then good strat to kind of slide into this little back door right here. Pick up another moon. Using those buffered spin pounds all over the places. Again, rotating the stick 2 times whenever I come out of a load zone or a cutscene or anything. That'll charge up my spin pound. I can instantly ground pound and have that top speed rolling around. Now here we're going to be doing some camera manipulation strats, where you got the dog right there. By throwing, I'm not just being mean, by actually hitting him in the face with Cappy, that makes him immediately activate and go to the dig spot sooner. The camera manipulation I'm talking about is right here. You seeing all that platforming I was doing to get up to Music Toad over here. I'm keeping the dog on camera, because as is the case with like all Nintendo games and a lot of games in general, if something is not on screen, it does not exist. So it actually gets him over to the dig spot and it has him dig it up sooner and sooner, depending on how much he's on camera. Drop down, get that seed moon. Now we planted back at about the 7-minute mark of the run. And so you see, now that I kept him on camera, he's already got it dug up, and I can just go right over, get the moon, and then make my way over. So some really fun, like, balanced routing you're doing here, multitasking, I should say. Nice little triple jump into the dive, into the up throw to snag the top of that power line. And we're doing more camera manipulation here in order to actually keep these platforms and the bird off to the right side in the wastelands, keep it off screen. Nice insta-capture there on the Goomba. Unfortunately, I messed up my strategy. Fortunately, I backed it up beautifully and I was able to get that spin jump right there off of the corner with the Goomba, which actually jolts him forward when you're going off of slopes going down. So I was able to still catch that platform cycle and get over to Goombet. Unfortunately, I took some damage right there. First real kind of not good thing going on in Sand. Which again, every time you take damage and then you get a moon, it's about a 2.5 second time loss to refill up your health. In addition to whatever time you just lost getting hit, you know. Now we got to have some precise movement here. Cut this corner directly so that we bait this bullet bill that will be behind us to not blow up on either of those walls. Get in position because I need to bring him max distance in order to get all the way over with shake controls to this eastern side of the map block. Pick up another moon. Those can only break from the bullet bills. Now we go into 1-2 roll skips, 1-2 triple jump right here, land on just the awning right there, throwing Cappy out, bouncing off him, giving myself enough height to, in a very unintended way, get on top of the Jaxie ruins, pick up another moon, and then get in position to use Jaxie here from the Jaxie stand. This is where finally more routing that we did nearly 2 hours ago, almost exactly 2 hours in the run actually ago, I'm able to utilize that by paying Jaxie back 2 hours ago so I can use him now. Saw the bird was in that position, so I stopped with Jaxie in order to knock the bird out and then get the moon right there and then continue on our way. Lining up a moon right here and then also utilizing Jaxie to, in an unintended way, get the moon over here at the end of the timer challenge. Skirt! Turn him around. Make our way through here. I definitely, if I come back to Darker Side, I need to do more rerouting of this section. Unfortunately, took a bonk also. Once again, costing myself that damage boosting time. But yeah, you saw I kind of had to wait there for Cappy to get back to me on the timer challenge. So I'd have to figure out how exactly I'd want to route that section, because I ended up getting there too fast, and that's not good either. Now go in here, get some rolls up. Unfortunately, my movement wasn't great there. I was trying to have more speed by throwing Cappy so I could keep my roll speed into being able to jump around, do my triple jump and everything. Didn't execute it well. It's really hard when you're going up slope to execute that. Now getting the fish. I know the first fish moon was first try. Let's see as he comes over. Yo, we had a double first try. Very nice. And that, to note, is all luck. Just close enough to get onto this palm tree. Pick up the notes moon with a couple of nifty little spin throws. When I say RNG with the fish, it is about a 50-50 chance every time when they go to bite the line. If it's a big shake or not, that's how we can tell on the controller. And if it's a little shake, then if we try to pull up on the line, it won't come up. That wastes 2 seconds every single time. We are, again, 2 for 2 on first try, so haven't lost any time to the fish yet. And now we're doing this 8-bit section by coming here later after we get the moon rock. That spawns an extra moon in here, which is also a notes moon. There is a strat to do this damage list, but I elect for the much, much easier damage boost route where I take damage, I wait there a split second, that times it out to where I can bounce off of that bullet bill to boost myself up to this moon and skip all of those platforms and everything. Again, there's a damage list variant. I've done it a few times. It's actually very hard. A lot of it is just about having very quick movement through that whole section. And yeah, it's tough. Talking to Peach, into a buffered spin pound, triple jump off the stairs, diving in to hit the lurker. I had pretty good luck with where the lurker went. He was going towards this next Jaxie stand I want to utilize. This is actually normally the music you have on during this section. Because Music Toad wants, like, a battle with a great foe or something. Back at the beginning of Sand. So you're actually not really listening to Sand music the whole time. You're listening to this almost all of Sand 2. Until you take a death abuse in a little bit. Get that Jaxie moon, then drop down. We're finally going to get that wooded hint art. I said finally, but I guess you just looked at the hint art last kingdom. And now, depending on how close Jaxie is, I just throw Cappy right there to kind of suspend myself in the air and land on top of him. Jaxie also hard required to break open this cactus right here so we can get that moon. What's up, Hollow? How you doing, buddy? Then have him bring me down to this sub area. Now, when I first played the game, this sub area was a nightmare. Controlling the bullet bill through this whole section, I thought was really, really hard. However, they basically build in a skip. You can see some coins off to the side even. You could like just barely see it there. Where you just do some nifty jumping, you can get on top of all of this stuff. Do a little bit of finagling to get back up there. And you can single, double, triple jump. Kind of a beautiful landing there I did to jump down to the moon. Pick up both of those moons very quickly. And then off to this timer challenge. Where I want to go, throw Cappy back. Just got a Korean sound. Yo, good shit, dude. Good shit. This is a bit of an awkward spot. Because if you're doing the strat that I do right there, it feels like it's about the same amount of time whether you wait for Cappy over here or you go get Cappy off the Scarecrow and then bring him back over. Every time I do either one, it's like they feel the exact same speed. So I elected to just chill a little bit and throw Cappy once he got back. Now here to bless your run. This is how this was a PB. I had good sheep RNG. He was directly on my path. You got to hit him. That's the good luck sheep. Into another sub area. Here you got the Moais in here. For anyone who's never played this game casually, those little dudes that are at the bottom of the screen right there, you're supposed to capture them and then you can use their powers to see invisible platforms and whatnot. Obviously, speedrunning, we're just going to have it memorized. Know exactly where we need to jump for all of it. Yeah, Odyssey speedruns are super, super cool. Warping back up top, we're going to be utilizing Gliding right here. Fly over, he's much faster flying in the air than he is walking. So we want to fit in flight basically whenever we can. That was a little low. I almost didn't get that moon. Not supposed to get that moon with gliding. You're supposed to ride the platforms, but obviously that's pretty slow. Dive across, time out my skips to where I can fit in a buffered spin pound at the end. Snag another moon into another buffered spin pound and get this hint art that we got from Bowser. So again, there's a hint art from Wooded and from Bowser's both here. That's why we've seen a blue and a red moon here. All the moons do the exact same thing. None of them have like special powers over the other one or anything. And here we have our 3rd out of 4 death abuses we used throughout the run. Just a little faster to just jump into the purple Kool-Aid right there to warp back up to the top of the tower. Where I set myself up to dive off that ledge. If you kind of dive off of a platform, that sort of sets your position to where you actually fall a little faster going down. It's kind of a little minor time save, but yeah, it's good. Drop down, get this moon. Again, every time we get a moon, that does refresh our ability to get a Cappy bounce. Into a backflip, ground pound jump right here. Just chaining some fun jumps together. Get up to this moon that we opened up from the crate earlier. Long jump over. Grab my Bullabillas. We're just about done with Sand 2. Snagging one more moon over here. And then we'll try to corkscrew, spin pound, down to the Metro Kingdom. Painting right there. I'm going to give it a 5. Like, there's definitely some improvable things, but I was very, very happy with that, split right there. Overall, nailed a lot of things that are pretty tough. Had good RNG on the fish. There were like 2 times where I took damage. I wish I didn't. So if I did the run again, I could maybe save like 10 seconds there if the whole thing went perfect. But it's also one of the longer splits in the run at 13 minutes. Now we're going to do another tough split. We got Metro 2 right here. Yo, anime song. Drop down. This is the only instance in the run where I'll be getting a binoculars moon. Because as you can see, while it's a free moon to pick up, they take forever to get in place. It barely works out because I need 35 captures to get a Toadette moon. So that also gives me that. So it kind of cuts into the time sink a little bit. Picking up another seed moon, again, that we planted, almost 2 hours ago. Talking to another one of the Bonneteers. There's actually 2 of those in this kingdom we'll be getting. And now I go for a fun little strat where I do a ground pound, down throw off of that, which goes really far. Grab the moon and then shake to snap it onto the RC car dude right there. So we can come over and grab this moon. You can clip in with the scooter. I've never been good at it. And this was thankfully a run where I didn't spend a lot of time trying to get the RC car into the slot. Right here, you have to sandbag your movement off this timer challenge a little bit. You obviously want to get to that moon quickly so it doesn't disappear. But then I just stop, get this checkpoint, move around here a little bit, and know that I time myself going out over that gap for when I know Cappy's getting back to me. Triple jump into the dive, side flip, 1, 2, triple jump right here into another timer challenge moon. And then I want to go down and get this girder moon where I actually want to ideally do a ground pound that gets rid of all 4 crates like that so that all of them are out of the way. Do a little roll cancel right there with Cappy to carry my speed around the side. Double buffered spin pound right there. And then right here, it's hard getting around that corner correctly without like running into shit. I didn't bonk or anything, so it wasn't like a big time loss, but you can look pretty slick. Second of our 3 slots moons that we get right there, where again, the strategy is I want to throw Cappy out over to the left side, get Mario on the right side, and then snap him to Mario, hitting all 4 of the moon slots at once, finishing it instantly. Now I need a buffer spin pound into a long jump right here. Oh, ate my input, unfortunately, because I hit that crate, which actually eats the dive input. Thankfully, I was able to go right back down. It didn't take too long. Cute little movement right there to throw Cappy off of that little spot right there and then bounce off of him to get in position. Right here, another very fun strat. Gonna have to do a little bit of a backup, unfortunately. The wall ate Cappy right there. But flicking myself over to the top of that sign, up to the flicker, over to the bunny, again, knowing exactly where he's going to go. I don't think we've really lost any time to bunnies yet. Getting this moon. This moon, to note, is another one of those things. If it's not on camera, it doesn't exist. So I had to make sure that I angled my camera up so I could get the moon in time. Otherwise, you would have followed the coins up there and then not been able to get the moon. And that's a nightmare because then you don't have coins to snap you up to the moon. Talk to Peach in her outfit, flick off of this, find the ground pound position. I'm actually surprised that ground pound worked. Yo, thank you, Tifa. Right now, we're watching back over our PB for our YouTube series. We're doing another Cage 2 rando chat routed seed after this, though. Now we go in for the triple set of moons in this room. Throw Cappy, shake him as I'm rolling by. And I need to move fast enough through this room. I have to know when to stop Mario to get this Bonneteer crowd moon. And then reset up a spin pound, buffer it. And then go past all of the citizens here. Get another moon. Until I believe I do a camera flipped ground pound jump right here. Dive as I'm about to get to that second pole to skip it onto the third pole, get up and get all 3 of the moons in one cycle in that section. Now we warp over to the second of the 2, I guess, parks in this, like the Pauline Commemorative Park, whatever it's called. Going over to the dog where once again, I actually want to hit the dog in the face. That makes his animation immediately start. I'm going to spawn that moon in over there. And now, while I am waiting for the bird to get in position, hit that ground pound spot, getting the dog in the correct position, then on cycle, catch the bird, come over, get this moon that I spawned in, and I had to wait for it to fully spawn in, and then the dog should just about be done digging it up as we're getting over here. So once again, nice little triple set of moons. That's actually really fun routing right there because the dog by itself or the bird by itself wouldn't be worth it. But because we route them together, they eat into each other's time losses to where they're only time gains. So very fun. Now we're going to climb up here into some very fun, though consistent movement. Backflip dive, backflip dive, backflip dive, backflip dive. Throw Cappy in, bouncing off of him to climb up this section very quickly, pick up another moon, and drop down to the scooter for our next timer challenge. Hope you're done well, Ian. Ride the scooter around. We're going to combine the scooter here for 2 moons right now. We're going to pick up this moon from the timer challenge, and then we're going to drop it down so we can use it for the free parking moon right here. Fall off, jump off of it, make sure it's going to be landing somewhat in the ballpark of where it has to be parked. Pick up another moon, and you need to drop down here quickly, otherwise the scooter will despawn. I think this one, unfortunately, it was a little awkward getting it on there. Yeah, it was kind of at an awkward angle, so that could have been a few seconds faster. But again, this Metro 2, it's been really good. Jumping up, we're just about done with Metro 2. Got a long jump into the cap dive to get over that railing, and now we go into Pitch Black Mountain, this next fun sub area, into a triple jump, backflip, cappy bounce. Yeah, I could have dove right there, but I had kind of a bad angle, so I didn't dive. I would have just bonked and lost a bunch of time. Get up top, buffer another spin pound, down we go. Rolling off of your buffered spin pounds at high areas, that will definitely make you go down really, really fast so you can get to the next moon. Up to the last checkpoint of Metro 2. God, postgame really just starts flying by, man, the more I watch it. I do is very specific, a jump, dive, get up against the railing, and then ground pound roll off of this railing to fall down on this moon, set up for a cappy bounce, fall a little bit, and then dive onto that post right there to get that bird right as it's coming by. Again, we talked about it a lot in the last episode, but birds, when you go from a load zone, will be at a very consistent position. So I know exactly where it's going to be, where I can grab it. Long jump over off of some fun triple jump movement. Now going up here, I want to make sure I am roughly above the 3 purple coins. That gives me the spacing to jump out, cap dive, get on top of that platform, and roll all the way past the rest of that slow pole movement to get over to the last moon of Metro 2. I am once again like a few little nitpicky things here and there. That is probably the best Metro 2 I've ever done. I was very happy with that. I'm giving it a 5. Today's episode starting off strong. Yeah, you get 5 points, Pog. All right, dropping out over here. Now we got the fish. Oh, this fish fucked me. I forgot. This fish, every time, wasn't biting onto the line. This fish is one of the worst moons we get in Darker Side. Absolutely one of the worst moons in the entire game. But he gave me a couple of fake nibbles. I faked myself out, and I pulled up when he didn't actually fully nibble. Doing a nice little buffered spin throw right there. So I can get these notes pretty quickly. Yeah, so probably lost 15, 20 seconds. Yo, beautiful cap vault strat right there. Throwing Cappy right on the edge of the platform so that I would get the cap vault, which you can actually get an extra cap bounce off of. So, very fun movement. Cap vaults are like super, super cool tech in the game. that a lot of times you just don't really get to use them. Here I'm going to try to set up to just barely, ooh, beautiful, chef's kiss. Popped that bird right as he was falling down, and then I landed on the pillar so I could immediately set myself up to jump up, get the moon, and move on. Unfortunately, took some damage right there on the Goomba. Once again, the shake controls in this game. I went for a throw, and instead I did an up throw right there. So, took some damage. Unfortunate. Gonna have to get a health refill right here. But, was nice to be able to do that with a single Goomba. Once again, Goombas, if you do their little spin jumps off of downward slopes, including steps, they shoot forward. Saving me a lot of time there. And now we get this very fun-looking sub-area. Lake's actually a very fun kingdom outside of that fish to do. Where normally they want you to use the frog right here, I am going to elect to not use the frogs. I think casually this is what people should do anyways. The frog makes this room so much worse. It's doing a lot of fun jumping around all these platforms, avoiding the ooze, which, yes, they do kill you. Nice roll into the immediate long jump. Sagging both those moons. Beautiful room right there. Warping over to the timer challenge, over to what was Rango's arena. And then I try to go for some fun movement right here where we go for the backflip, buffer a spin jump into a ground pound to then dive up to that moon. That's really fun movement. Like I said, leg 2. This episode gets started off with a bang. This is like some of my favorite stuff we get to do in Darker Side. Drop down, talk to Peach in a Kini. Gives you another moon. Buffer another spin pound out of here and make our way over with a triple jump with some vectoring, fall down. And then dive through this hole in the glass right here. Ooh, a little bit of a bonk. Didn't lose too much time from it. Now go in. Talk to another NPC. You realize, like, when you look at this kingdom, there's like 5 moons that you get from impressing females in this little kingdom right here. Making sure I grab the cheap so I can swim down this whole way. When I first played this game, I think like a lot of other people, I just swam all the way down with Mario. Barely was able to make it in time. Use the Spinneroonie with the fish, which again, like, doubles the size of its hitbox to grab that moon. Get another Captain Toad. And then drop out and re-pick up the same fish. Ideally, I grab the one on the top just so it's a little bit less travel time. Because now we're going to bring this one up. Get on top where we will impress another lady who just wanted to see a Link cheap. Says, hey, here's the moon. Now doing some super fun movement where I throw the Cappy over to the crate, spinning it twice, and then I have to off-screen time my jump to where Cappy comes back to me, knowing when he comes back so I can jump, which gives me that nice, like, boosted jump, basically giving me double jump height to carry that all the way across to the broken pillar moon and then over to the crate moon. Now, once again, a little bonk right there. Yeah, not losing too much time. Long jumping over, this is another super fun sub area where normally they want you to kind of shimmy along these platforms a lot. We're going to avoid that as much as possible with Cappy throws, Cappy bounces and whatnot. A little bit of a wall stall right there into the flower. Use another Cappy bounce to get up here to this platform where, I barely got up there. Had to do a little bit of a backup, but still pretty fast. Drop down, get another moon, and we are done with the Lake Kingdom. So we had some bonks here and there. I was super happy with that kingdom. everything except for the fish. But the fish by itself makes Lake 2 a 4 out of 5. Everything else was a 5. I was very happy with the movement overall. And now we go into Luncheon 2. This is technically the end of the painting trail. Rather, the end of this would send us to Mushroom. But because of, like, how notifications pop up in this game, it's actually going to be a little faster to take Luncheon 2 and split it up. Go get our other kingdom's worth of moons that we would have to get from Cap, Lost, and Moon, and then come back. Either way, though, here with Luncheon 2, drop over, get our 3rd tourist moon. Again, we'll be getting our last 3 of those 5 today. Drop down, dive on the bunny, and then try to set myself up. Once again, have my dive input eaten because I hit something, which causes like shaking on screen, so that eats the dive input. Once again, though, was able to do a ground pound jump and reset it up. Nice little spin pound right there. And I'm trying to keep my camera angle angled down so that this lava bubble I'm capturing right here was kept off screen, so that optimally I got it right there as it popped up, right as I was done getting that salt pile moon. Slamming that moon rock, spawning. Actually, not a ton of moons spawn in from this one, but it's still worth it. I think there's only like 12 moons that come in from that moon rock. So we'll get like 9 of them. A lot of people, one of their favorite rooms in the entire speedrun. We got forks, long jump over, up throw, up throw, up throw. Throwing Cappy once right there, popping up into another up throw. And if I get the perfect angle right here, I can actually skip the fork below that. And just go right up to that secret moon over there. Barely missed it. Dropping back. Quick time loss there. And we only got one more section here in Luncheon 2, because again, we're basically splitting up this revisit. Capture the lava bubble right away. Going for an aggressive route here where I pop up, snag this moon, and I'm going to ground pound down to that rooftop moon you see off in the distance. Get some vectoring in while I can, just so I fall to the floor a little faster. Now I got to do movement over to this timer challenge moon. And ideally, we're going to combo this timer challenge with Captain Toad. This is a very difficult trick that I'll be going for right here. And it almost gets me killed, but I thankfully don't screw it up enough to die. But it is a time loss. Jump back, get this moon as quickly as I can because, again, it's counting down when this timer challenge is going to end. I want to angle this platform up, then go up, long jump off of it right as it's despawning. If I had timed it correctly, I would have gotten Cappy back before my butt hit the lava, and I could have thrown Cappy, done some cap dives, and got over to this Captain Toad platform without bouncing on the lava and taking all that damage. Again, I barely survived, so it wasn't a massive time loss, but could have been more. With that, I'll give Luncheon 2 a 4. Couple of super minor things. It's a quick kingdom. It's a shorter one, so I'll judge it a little harsher. And, hey man, it's the moon dump. This is where I'm going to go from 144 moons in the Odyssey to 395. Just under half of the total moons we pick up in this run are dumped right there. 251 moons. And again, it was those cutscenes that we were constantly cutting out by going through the warp paintings everywhere. Now is like kind of a cleanup phase of the run. We're going to go to a couple of kingdoms that aren't a part of that warp painting chain. Go to Cap Kingdom first, go to Lost, then go to Moon real quick. I gave my Bowser's 1 a 2 out of 5. It's the only 2 so far. I can't imagine I'll have another 2. But yeah, I fell off Mecha Brutal and everything. It wasn't good. Automatically, the hypest part of Cap 2 is right here. Yeah, I didn't quite have it spaced correctly. Long jump out again. I want to get to that moon rock. Doing a full extension with the rainbow twirl there. Jumping off that very thin death sign into the cap dive. Hitting the moon rock. Spawning in a bunch of moons. Normally what the game wants you to do is go get a Paragoomba like this one right here and slowly fly out there. But that's way cooler. And it saves 3-4 seconds, I want to say. So even with the mishap getting in position there, I still saved a little bit of time. Pick up another Paragoomba right here. Oh, I should have been given an instant capture right there. That was bullshit game. What I want to do is I want to land on that danger sign because that actually resets the Paragoomba's max height to where I could get up on that platform right there. If I don't stand on that, I couldn't have got up there. Because you need the Paragoomba to scare that Bonneteer away and get this moon. Yo, what's up, Dangers? Hope you're doing well, buddy. Jump out. Pick up the key out here. And then just wait for it to come up. Long jump back over. Where with the routing I do here to make a bird route a little bit easier later on, I actually need to pick up Cappy. Because I want to get this moon right now. And otherwise I would have had to get up there and wait for him. Talk to another shot moon. Make sure you don't talk to the other shot moon. Or the other Bonneteer. Clerk right there. Otherwise you just lose time. Was I able to get this? Hey, we were. The long jump aiming barely for the front side of the chimney right there to just get the right into the pipe. This is a pretty linear sub area right here, as you can see. Once you're down here, you can only roll. So I can't like come out of it and like change my angle there. So that's always a little bit awkward taking that cut. You don't have to go on the left side there. I always kind of fuck around and get it. Again, I need 1,000 coins in my route. Probably for the most aggressive darker side route. You actually would want that stack of coins because they're free. A little scarier to go for them. And now that checkpoint that I hit 2 hours and 47 minutes ago, I just used it to warp up here to get Captain Toad. And make my way down for my 4th and final death abuse of the run. Yellow's our fellow, purple is a bitch. Yeah, so what happened right there was I lost track of where I was and where the moon was. So I didn't lose much time angling back towards it. It was more so scary that like, uh-oh, where is it? Casually, what the game wants you to do is once again get a Paragoomba and fly out to that moon. At which point, that would 100% not be worth it to get it. But if you do like I did with the death abuse, that also just warps you back down to that checkpoint. Get that moon as you're falling down, get this timer challenge, and move on. So, with the death abuse, absolutely worth it. Get another timer challenge moon right here. Look at another hint art. Good angling right there, so I could just backflip immediately into the dive. Unfortunately, the angling wasn't that great because I wanted to kind of get up on top of the platform, but again, minor time loss. Once again, best Peach right here. The leggings Peach. She the best. Have good max height right here so that I can have good height off of the Cappy bounces coming out of that moon grab so I can get on top of those platforms. Make my way over here where I believe I want. Yeah, I was trying to get a buffered spin pound. Didn't quite work out. So I had to do some kind of awkward, different movement there. From here, we're just about done with Cascade Kingdom. Snag another Paragoomba. Make our way over. And the way I route this is I hit the bird. I believe it is slightly faster for me to then also just wait till the moon fully pops down and then get it. If you go for a more aggressive route, you would actually save that spin the hat, get a prize moon that we got earlier where I needed to pick back up Cappy from the timer challenge. You would actually get that in this section and the bird would outspeed you, and you'd actually chase it down, hit it as you're getting to that far off moon. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen. Y'all can't see my finger, but that's fine. Oh, I say Cascade Cap Kingdom. Cap Kingdom. And overall makes the route slightly faster. Pick up the danger sign moon. We got one more moon to get right here. We're going to bait the bunny to go to the right side. Follow him down. And get our next bunny moon. With that, we're done with Cap. I'm trying to remember if there was like much anything I would have wanted differently there. I feel like I would call that a 5. Again, some minor time losses, but I don't think that's exactly an easy split to beat. I'm going to give it a 5. Yesterday, or the episode 2 had a lot of 4s in it. Yeah, as you can see so far, I'm pretty happy with this endgame. Really, the only notable time loss in this whole section has been the Lakefish, which Lakefish happens. Lost 2, an absolutely terrifying split to lose your run to. Just like in Lost 1, where we took a tumble into the purple soda. First, warp back up to the top. Again, high up checkpoints are very valuable, as you can just drop down to wherever you have to go. Buy another shot moon. And make my way out. Talk to Peach. You're one up, girl. Up super high. These are moons that have actually spawned in not from looking at the moon rock. Those little cutscenes that Cappy gives you as you enter a kingdom in post-game when the moon rock is active, those are also the cutscenes that we're skipping out on from getting to use all those warp paintings throughout the majority of the post-game. Instantly backflip, throw Cappy onto the branch, get a cap return jump as we dive to it, vaulting us over to this moon right here. Ground pound jumping, and then I'm going to utilize this little idiot. I don't know, beetle dude. I don't know what they're called. I think like trapeze or something. I forget what they're called. And then using a damage boost right there to actually have him shockwave blow up on me to open up that rock and get that moon. Now make our way over, do some death-defying jumps to make our way over to Captain Toad, barely throwing Cappy so we can kind of suspend ourselves in the air, floating gently into the cave. And now this is like the worst jump in this kingdom, is right here, just popping out of there. You have to jump pretty late so that you don't bonk your head on the ceiling. If you bonk there, you're probably going to die. Doing a long jump and then throwing Cappy as we're getting in position there to capture that moon shard. And then capturing this one, always annoying. All right, got it there with like the third throw. A little bit of a bonk. It never looks like Cappy's going to extend all the way to that moon shard, but he does, and I'm thankful for it. Bless up. I need to climb up this pole right here. I forget if I get stuck under the pole or not. Nah, it's kind of in a position where I can snag that moon with the Cappy bounce going out. And right here, I like to use the Tropical Wiggler. It makes this section a lot easier for me. Again, optimally, you wouldn't use the Tropical Wiggler. You could actually grab all of these notes with spin throws instead. But again, this gives me my exact 35 captures that I get, which will get me a Toadette Moon. And this benefit of the Tropical Wiggler kind of making things easier extends into that bunny right there. Because if we leave ourselves extended out there, the bunny just dives into the Tropical Wiggler's ass and gets hit. Quickly turn around there. Miraculous. That still worked. I got kind of fucked up on my camera turn right there. And you need him to follow Mario exactly, so your position needs to be exact in order to get him to go towards that rock block. Why didn't I grab Toad's coins? I don't need them. 1,000 coins is very easy to get. You would get that stack if you were doing like all moons. Fun jump out over the Ivanhoos right there. So I can hit that scarecrow with Cappy as I'm right over where the blocks spawn in. And then picking up both those moons while we're just waiting for Cappy to come back so I can throw Cappy onto the globe. Snag another one. Was that another 5? Did I give that lost 2 a 5? We had very little in the way of time loss. It was awkward getting the fourth moon shard. I think that was about it. And we had a bonk. I'm going to give it another 5. That was good. This is a good end game we had. This was where I was like, ever since Bowser's 1, I've been like trying to make a comeback in this run. Here we got one of the shortest splits in the entire run. Probably the shortest. We got Moon 2 right here, where he's telling us about that moon rock over there. It is actually a little fast. It's fast enough to come here and just get these 5 moons that are up front, including this tourist moon, because that will make him spawn in the mushroom position in a couple splits from now. So effectively, this is worth 6 moons, me coming here. Definitely the hardest strat is just right here after Captain Toad. We're going to try to get this moon just from utilizing a ground pound jump off the top of these rocks right here. And then fully extending my cat bounces and everything to barely touch the bottom of the moon. And drop down. Get the lurker. Lurkers were overall pretty kind to me this run. And that's it. That's Moon 2. It's very quick. It's a 5. Lurkers, I always feel like lurkers are a certain amount RNG, actually. Like where exactly they go. Obviously, you can bait them in certain directions, but I also think, like, when they're on camera, I think they just move around on their own accord. Now we go back to Luncheon to get the rest of the moons here and ending off with the painting to warp over to Mushroom. Some fun movement right there to get up to that moon. Not having to utilize the fork or anything on the side. Long jump, right into the pipe. Might have been really good getting those insta kind of sucks into the pipe. Popping up, snagging another moon, buffering a spin pound right here so I can snag this bottom right lava bubble just before the lava would hit me. Sorry, the Pepto-Bismol. Yeah, so the reason why it's faster is because the route has always been you either had to split up Mushroom into 3 visits or Luncheon into 3 visits. And by breaking up Luncheon like this, we actually skip a couple of notifications where the game tells you, hey, you got a bunch of moons. You can buy extra costumes and bullshit. That dude's corpse, unfortunately, was just in the way. Then right here, I try to do a cap throw out into an up throw. Unfortunately, oh, that even knocks me down. Good God. Wanted to get an up throw right there so I could capture that Goomba stack. And so I can make my way over here. That's always a scary jump off that corn, because if you don't have spin jump momentum jumping backwards, then all the Goombas die in the lava, and you have to go re-stack up 4 Goombas. It's really bad. There might actually be a different 4 stack, but you got to go a little ways away. Nice angling there off of the fork flick. Which again, like so many other things in this game, shake controls are how you go fast. So I made sure I had the correct angle I wanted, and then I shook the controller, and that made me hard flick in that direction. Picking up Cappy right here because it's a little faster than waiting for him to come back. Where once again the the music I'm listening to in the playlist actually kind of lines up. It's the English version of this song we're listening to. But the one we're listening to is the Japanese version. I've never actually listened to it. It's good. Now we can drop down. Here's where I would have needed Cappy to open up that door, and I would have been waiting a little bit longer for him. This is the only sub-area in Darker Side that we go into. We just get one of the moons, and then we leave. Because that one's obviously very, very early on, very fast. Warping back over into Peronza Plaza. Is my movement good at all here? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, other than the bonk into the door. Yeah. Where we have our third and final slots moon. Once again, the way we do it. Throw Cappy over to the left side of the slots. Then get Mario in position. Have him snap back towards Mario and hit all 5 of them in a row, getting another moon. Drop it down. Got to get the camera turned around. If the little Bonneteer eyes are not on screen, you can't talk to them. And you won't be able to get the moon. Get a position here. Just a little backflip. I didn't quite get the correct Cappy knock into the crates. Ooh. Yeah, I had to make up a bunch of bullshit. This was unfortunate, that little section. Pick up the golden turnip, throw it into the pot. Talk to second best Peach, overalls Peach, with her cute little pink boots. Get into position, pick up this moon, and then make our way over to hopefully capture a good lava bubble cycle. Hopefully they're just in position as we get there. Ooh, kind of got caught there. Ugh. Barely caught that lava bubble as he was falling down, so didn't lose too much time on that cycle catch. But yeah, that was in general, that little Peronza Plaza section was pretty sloppy. Now, ideally, I want to get a full extension off my Cappy dives and everything. Ground pound this sucker, and then I want to buffer a spin pound down to this lava bubble for some slick movement. Throw Cappy and then dive into it so it extends to the lava bubble, catching him on that cycle. And then I want to turn the camera up right here. So ideally could have grabbed that moon. Unfortunately, it just continually was just out of direction there. Barely missed it on 2 different jumps. Should be our last notes moon of the run right there. I don't think there's one in Mushroom. Now we get the hard cracks right here. This is the last island of Luncheon 3. Where I want to try to, when I can, buffer some spin pounds off of dives. Which are definitely harder variations. Yeah. Yeah, this wasn't very good. It's a hard moon for sure to have good movement on. Right down to the pipe. Last thing we got to do is this 2D section. Unless you get really lucky, those hamburgers are going to hit you every time. Now I get a lot of speed before this jump where I take another damage boost and jump off of that question mark block right there. 1 health and the dream getting over to the moon. And saving a good amount of time not having to wait there. I'm going to give it a 3. There was definitely some slop we could have improved on in Luncheon 2. I don't think in reality I lost a ton of time, but I'm going to give it a 3 because I'm in control. But at least a good 10 to 15 seconds could be saved in that Luncheon 2. Or Luncheon 3, rather. Now we got Mushroom 2. We're going to fill out our moon count. First go over. Top's Captain Toad. Sorry, Captain Toad. This is Music Toad. Captain Toad is 2 more moons from now. And our final time talking to the tourist right here. Again, this one would not have spawned in if I didn't get the one on Moon. They have to go in the set order. He does actually have 1 more moon, but it's back in Sand Kingdom. And there's no other reason to go back there. And we've already done our sand visit, so it doesn't really work out. Our last shopping moon right here. Go out, get our last Captain Toad moon. Where I want to kind of make sure I throw Cappy to the side right there so it doesn't hit Captain Toad in the face, stunning him to where I can't talk to him immediately. It was a buffered spin pound. It didn't come out. The game ate it. Our final bunny where it has just rolled directly into his ass. I got to make sure that I stop and hit him, though. If you just try to roll through him, he actually, like, it's weird how it works. I don't know. You don't hit him. You have to stop and hit him with Cappy. Getting our final 2 seed moons. Oh, everything's so sad. Everything's our final this, our final that. Nice spin throw right here to snag this moon. Our final timer challenge right here. Where normally I think the game wants you to kind of use the scooter right here. That's how a lot of people got this casually. We're just going to roll to the damn thing. Get in there in position. Our last real section of platform we got here in Mushroom 2, we're going to be grabbing this Goomba so we can actually get twofer. You want one Goomba to just do this bit where you scare Toad off, go in, get a moon. And then pop out right here, that Goomba slope spin jump tech I talked about, where if you spin jump off of a slope, I'm going to barely hit the downward slope of there, boosting me out and getting across this gap so I can talk to one more Goombette. Normally the game wants you to uncork all of the different corks there in the moat, get rid of it, go get 10 Goombas, stack them up. That's super slow, that's fast. Beautiful triple jump movement as we get up to the rooftop right here. Get another moon. Drop down, turn to make sure the door is opening up where we can finally talk to Toadette and start picking up all of our achievements. So I'm going to skip all of this here. Know that I just talked to her 31 or 30 more times and get a bunch of moons. What is happening here is, again, throughout the course of the entire Darker Side run, and it's all routed around this, if you get 5 moons from Captain Toad, she gives you a moon. If you get 10 moons from Captain Toad, you get a moon. You get 5 moons from Peach, she gives you a moon. 10 moons from Peach, she gives you a moon. 10 moons from timer challenges, she gives you a moon. 25 from timer challenges, she gives you a moon. So all this stuff we've been doing throughout it is both those moons are quick and she is giving you additional 8-second long moons right here to make that routing even stronger. So that's why even getting some moons you might think like, oh, the fish moons, they seem really slow. They're a little slow, but because getting the 3 of them gets a quick Toadette moon right here, it overall is faster. The 3 slots, the slot machine moons, getting all 3 of those gets one from her. So that's kind of what all this routes into. That being said, I won't bore you to tears. We're going to skip to near the end of this. 30, 40, 50, she has 10 more. Yeah, so it's a bit of a slower part to kind of end the run on, but we still have the darker side of the moon, the final kingdom in the run that we got to take out. Yeah, one more moon right here, I know by looking at the little side right there. Oh yeah, also worth pointing out, the Lonesome Walker was talking about, why are we going into first person each time we talk to Toadette? Normally, it takes a little bit of time before an NPC will let you talk to them, but if you go into first person and then press A next to them, it gets rid of that, and you can talk to them instantly. So every time I get a moon, I'm going first person pop, first person A, talk to them again. First person A, talk to them again. And it's over the course of talking to her 30 times there, I save like 3 seconds. So it's a relatively easy 3 seconds to go for. Not much to complain about really there in that mushroom. So I'm once again going to give it a 5. We hit the tricky, like the jumps with the Goomba and everything. And now we go into the darker side of the moon. We've got moon physics right here. Obviously, first off, the first thing I want to do, long jump into a single, double, triple jump, curving me all the way over to, ideally, I wanted the further frog. And I knew right here off the bat, I made a mistake. I tried to land up on that top shelf right there, which would have saved me some time. Unfortunately, I didn't quite make it, and the platform is moving too far away, and I didn't even make it up to the top platform at that point. I thought at this point sub 320 was dead. Yeah, so that was all, honestly, kicking off the last kingdom. That was a fucking disaster. But now we go inside. Moon gravity is done for now. So good triple jump movement right there. And then I want a long jump all the way out right here. Oh, I actually was doing the unoptimal movement right there. I absolutely can do that faster. You can skip out on that first pole that I dove to. Just do it in 2 goes. Go across there. All right, this darker side's improvable. Obviously, be in the air as much as possible so these things stop pushing you back. Barely caught that lava bubble cycle. That's good. Now I'm going to do some corkscrew spins right here to get over these first couple of bits, and then you have to do bigger jumps. You're pretty much going to take damage there most of the time, so I'm not too beat up about taking that little bit of damage. Now snagging this uproot right here. Utilizing the shake controls on it to get into position here on time. I think I might have found a way to catch a better cycle right there. But for what I was doing with this run, that was the cycle on those platforms I was trying to get. Popping off of that hidden block right there so we can actually do the first real skip of Darker Side, getting on top of this platform with the uproot, dropping all the way down to Yoshi. It's the only time we see Yoshi in a Darker Side run. He's got a little bit of tech right here in this section. It is actually slightly faster. You can kind of tell by looking at the background. Every time you tongue across, it actually moves you up a little further, as opposed to just riding it up the whole way. It's worth pointing out that they have found a way to, utilizing Yoshi and some super nifty platforming, you can skip this flower road, and I think in total it saves 7 seconds. I haven't put much of any time into trying to learn it, but it's pretty difficult, and it's horribly, horribly scary. Now right here, I want to get in position. I think I'm a little too far out. Yeah, I didn't quite get it. Ah, this one's, yeah, that one's rough. You do a ground pound into a down throw right at the edge. But if you're too close to the edge, Cappy kind of goes in different directions. Oh yeah, and I hadn't learned that little nifty triple jump right there. So now this goes into the last skip of the run right here, where I want to take Glydon and I want to use him to get a big boost and shake the controller a lot to fly all the way past the second half of the Darker Side Kingdom. Staying to the side here, I don't want to be too close, or I'm going to hit an invisible wall that will actually pop me out of Glydon and cause me to die. Because as you'd see, there's nothing to land on. Flying across, knowing where I need to be to where I don't hit those invisible walls. And then going across here to the end, where this is normally where you would pop out after you do all these other sections, the Darker Side. Again, we do about half of the kingdom. Skip out on the rest of it, dive out, do a roll cancel to hit that power line right there. Going across these little bits that you can extend to. And then always this death-defying jump right here, popping out the U skip, throw Cappy, and then dive, extending him over. I hit like every in the run. I was pretty happy about that. And right here, I got to get this frog. At this point, I'm looking at my PB. It's like 3:19:23 right now. And I'm thinking it's going to take too long to climb this thing. I missed sub 3:20. It had been my goal for like months. Jumping up with the frog. Right here, you're going to see me do a shake jump, which will skip me over that little ledge. Jumping again. And then one more shake jump for max height. Pop off of it and then keep cap throw diving back onto the pole. Climbing as fast as I can, fast as I can, fast as I can. Give me the multi-moon. Let me have it. Got it and time. On the video, it shows 3:19:58, but I hit a late split. I'm popping off at this point. But as you can see, pretty improvable run. Overall, I'm going to give myself a 3 out of 5. The frog stuff at the beginning, that sucked. That was awful. And I would say the other thing that was really notable was trying to get Cappy onto the Scarecrow. I didn't really talk about it that much, but that was another kind of minor skip happening in that run. Or in that run through a darker side. Where by doing that, it raises you up to the top of that platform. And you don't have to jump across it. You don't have to do all the platforming there. Let's go ahead and just pause the video. But with that, we have fully reviewed our first speedrun here on the Speedrun Watchback series. What was our final score on day 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I feel pretty fair about those scores. If anything, I was a little harsh on the run. In, which kingdoms got it? Sand 2, Metro 2, Cap 2, Lost 2, and Moon 2, all 5 out of 5s. I completely agree with that. And Mushroom 2. Yep. So mostly 5s. Lake 2 and Luncheon 2, each getting 4s. Luncheon 2 wasn't even that bad, honestly. Like, there's a world where you could say that really was kind of a 5. You didn't lose that much time. But it definitely could have just looked a little cleaner in a few spots. And I was like, eh. But, yeah, those both as 4s. I think that makes sense. Obviously, Lake 2 with the fish, that was awful. And then Luncheon 3 also was one where you could have made an argument that was a 4. I probably didn't lose that much time, but there's definitely time to make up in there. And then Darker, absolutely. For the last split in the run, it's hard, and I only give myself a 3 for it. I could see myself doing Darker side like 30 seconds faster. You can't give that a 4. So, but anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed episode 3 of the Speedrun Watchback. Again, we'll be doing this. Mostly I do these off stream. Yeah, we're just kind of filling out the stream day. Just doing a bunch of things. Kind of FF9 run died. So, thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And come on over to the chat where you can chill in that chat down below. You see, throw your own GG nuts in chat and everything. And, consider subscribing to the channel and everything. So, everybody have a good day, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.